I made a video 2 days ago about Candace Owens and her commentary regarding Adolf Hitler and how some students at the Turning Point USA's faction at the Colorado University of Boulder requested that she step down from her position. And if anybody doesn't know who Candace Owens is, she is the person that came up with the term Blexit, the black exit from the Democratic Party. Kanye West was pushing this, and it caught a little steam for a little quick while, and then it kind of died off. Although I believe there are some people who are still pushing it here and there. I have been critical of such movements, in particular, Blexit. Because when you're talking about Blexit and you're going to the Republican Party or the Democratic Party, wherever you're going, and if Blexit is not coming to either party with funding and with an agenda and with things that they demand for the community that they're representing, which is black, then your move is just lateral. You will do no better with no funding from your own community, no agenda from your own community. You might as well stay where you're at. If that is the case, no black community agenda, no funding for the agenda, anywhere you go, you're still nothing. Nothing happens. But then let me tell you the differences between the left and the right when it comes to black people. Many people think that Republicans or Democrats have different strategies when it comes to the black race. And that can be debated here or there. I overall think that Republicans, their style of politics is better for the country, in my opinion. But when you see both groups and how they're trying to market to the black community, they are not trying to market to, I would say, African Americans. You see, what they would like to do, both Republicans and Democrats. In the case of Republicans or conservatives, you have Turning Point USA, and then you have somebody like Candace Owens. And Tariq Nasheed exposes this. Candace Owens does not identify as being African American. She identifies as being Caribbean. This is important. Stick with me. I want to make the case. Then you get somebody who is a Caribbean, who doesn't have the African American experience, doesn't grow up amongst African Americans, and then she comes and tells you to become Blexit. Exit the Democratic Party for black people. Now, this is what has happened with also the left. Kamala Harris. She is Indian and Caribbean. Has no unique ties to the black community outside of the fact that she went to Howard University. And she put a lot of black people in jail. And Republicans can call out Kamala Harris all day, but will never touch Candace Owens. Because see, Candace Owens is their homie. But here you have Kamala Harris doing the Wakanda for life with hot sauce. And now she's saying that she has an agenda for black people. And if you look at either group, now I know that Kamala's running for president and Candace Owens is just right now a communications director, but the left and the right are both trying to fund black agendas and replacing leadership with those people who are not ADOS. In other words, when you heard about the 400 black people going to the White House, how many of those were African Americans? Were those 100 African Americans? Were those 200 African Americans? Or are the new leaders going to look like they're African American and sound like they're African American, but be somebody else? See, the new thing is, if you are not careful, they're going to allow somebody to push an agenda that's not funded by you, hashtag Turning Point USA, that is funded by everybody else, hashtag Turning Point USA, and then you put somebody as your director who is not an African American and is Caribbean, and then that person will try to lead you and tell you what your community needs to do when that person is not a part of your community. And that is a new strategy right now. It is to get other people who look and sound like you to lead you. This is what it is. And see, you're not only seeing the replacement of African Americans in sports, in football, politically, this is what they're going to do. In Republicans, white Republicans, and Democrats, long as they get black bodies in the space. Because see, if you see a lot of black bodies in the space and they're Trump supporters, and I like Donald Trump, you're going to assume, oh man, these are all brothers and sisters from not everybody. And this is why you can never allow any other group to bankroll your agenda. Do not take any money from them. If you want something for African Americans, it will cost. The ADOS, unique tangibles, as Tariq Nasheed says, those tangibles cost. You cannot bail out for $100,000 check, $500,000 check, $1 million check for non-black people to control their agenda and put somebody black they want to do there and lead you away from the Democratic Party or Kamala Harris or Candace Owens, whoever else, and lead you to the Republican. See, that is dangerous. And you will get nothing that way. Because the black agenda must come not from Caribbean blacks, not from African blacks. It must come from those of us who descend from slaves. Our slavery, however you want to put it, those of us who grandparents and fathers and great grandfathers were sharecroppers, we must do it. And that is the danger of when you don't fund your own shit. When you let them fund it, then they pick the people who will lead you. And those people who lead you are not you. They just sound like you. They just happen to have a similar name like you. And they don't know nothing about your community. And ain't in your community. And will sell your community out. Because as long as they get the opportunity, if you let them, they're going to sell you out. Because they're not you in the goddamn first place. And this is why you have so many people in the political right game. A lot of blacks are coming up. A lot of these people who are coming up in the political black conservative game right now, not even African American. Outside of maybe ABL and my buddy Brandon Tatum, the other people that I'm seeing, where are they from? Some of them first generation from somewhere else. And then these people, they are going to pick them to speak on the behalf of you. They are trying to become our leaders. And I must give a shout out to the Black Patriarch because he also has pointed this thing out. And he has an excellent channel. He's even pointed it out before I have. But see, here's the thing. It's not just a Democratic strategy. The Democrats and the Republicans want black bodies and they don't care, especially Republicans. My golly, they will put any Negro up there. The best way to blow up right now on YouTube is to be a black man and a Trump supporter. Black man and talking conservative politics. It's the new money machine right now. And anybody black can jump on that machine. You ain't got to be real talented. You ain't got to be really good. You ain't got to be, as long as you a black person talking about you like Donald Trump, you going to have subscribers. And they know that. And at the same time, though, it's going to come with a cost. Because they're going to force those people, hey, well, you need to speak for the black community. Oh, you a black Democratic supporter, you need to speak to the black community. Well, I'm a Nigerian, well, I'm a Caribbean. No. You the person that we're going to put up. And you're going to organize the black community. You see this platform that we're giving you? And see, then you get mad when you have people like that don't represent you, don't know you, but they're telling you to leave the Democratic plantation. They're telling you to leave the Republican plantation, whatever they're telling you to do, but they're not you. And that is the result of you taking money from them. If you are a black person, you got to start funding your own shit. Because whoever writes the check, that's the person who's taking care of your stuff. Malcolm X Ben told us that. Don't let them fund it. Don't let them have no control over it because they pick the leaders. You got to pick the people who lead you. You got to pick the people who support you. Whether it be Yvette Carnell, whether it be Tone Talks, whether it be Claude Anderson or whoever. Tariq Nasheed, you got to pick the people. And they got to be one of us. Because I'm going to tell you another thing. This is not no hate against no other group. I love African people. I love Caribbean people. But they would never let you lead them. Never. Marcus Garvey. Hello. Louis Farrakhan lead the Nation of Islam. You will never find us leading them. Not in Africa. Not in a Caribbean country. They won't what? They're not going to let you. And you got to stop letting people, because they are black, lead you. Stay on code. Let your own people that you trust, that bring it to the fire and bring it to the that bring it to the front. Those people got to lead you. Because you can't expect a Candace Owens to want to go hard for the community. She ain't a part of it. You can expect Kamala Harris to go hard for the community. She ain't a part of it. Can't expect Barack Obama. Hello, I'm talking about somebody gonna be mad here. Obama wasn't one of us. And you wonder why you didn't get nothing. Because he don't care about black. He's not one of us. And when you let people lead you who don't really fuck with you like that, they leave you wet and upset. Stop giving your support to people who ain't in your community. And if you didn't learn anything from Obama, then I can't get nothing to tell you. So that's all I got to say for right now. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.